Hey guys, so today I'm doing a traditional sew-in on my cousin. She's wearing a teeny weeny afro and we're going to transform her to this bombshell curls. And I'm going to show you guys how I do this whole sew-in process. So starting with her teeny weeny afro, she just literally cut her hair off. So now she just wants to sew in. So I'm going to braid her hair. And it's really a struggle trying to braid and film at the same time. So I'm going to fast forward to the braiding, the end of the braid pattern so I can show you guys. So this is the braid pattern. And I just, freestyled. I set it in a way where, she wants, like on the side, she wants like a little bit of her edges out, just a little bit, so that she can pull it back a little. But if you're going to do like a deep bang, you kind of need to like, I'm going to just show you guys what I mean. Like you need to swoop the hair from the front down to the side to the back so that you can lay the hair, the tracks right across it, and then it'll like kind of swoop into their face. But she didn't want it too much in her face, so we're just gonna freestyle this one. And I just leaved out minimal leave out, as you can see. So starting at the bottom, as always, she did not also want a net on her hair. It is optional. If you do want to use a net, you can do that. That will help with like avoiding gaps and stuff like that. But sometimes some people want to access their scalp. So I'm just sewing through the actual wefts because I want to secure them onto the braid. Now all the way through sewing through the wefts, I don't always sew through it. I just kind of sew from top to bottom. But to secure the ends of the wefts so that they won't like, unravel, I just sew through it a few times just to secure it and then tie a knot and then keep going. And I'm not a professional. I've just been doing hair for like over 15 years, literally since I was in the 5th grade. So I'll show some clips and you guys can check out my previous videos from when I first started this channel. I used to do a lot of sew-ins on there. And this is kind of like an up close. And I do apologize about the quality because it's not that light in my mom's house. I'm here for Thanksgiving, so I'm not at my place where I normally have lit lighting. But hopefully you guys can see. And sometimes when the thread gets like stuck in between, you'll have to like kind of loosen it up and then start over. With these nails on, it's really hard for me to do sewing, so I just said forget it. I'm just gonna keep moving as long as it's secure. And that's the main part about having a sew-in and when you're doing it yourself. As long as they're secure, you don't have to like make it super perfect. But you will need to, cut it out nicely and safely without cutting your hair. Now to avoid having gaps like from the middle 2 braids that you see, I do recommend sewing through the wefts, like on the ends, on the outsides of both sides of the braid, if that makes sense, so that you can make sure that it has like a tight grip there, or a tight, like it's laid pretty tight. Like as you can see, I just kind of sewed on top of it, but now I'm actually sewing through and underneath the braid so that the weft can lay perfectly and like grip it, if that makes sense. And I'm just sewing from side to side until I get to like the top, and then you'll see me overlap also. I'm not going to be cutting the wefts until I get to the top. And now you can see me overlaying it. This is a technique that I learned back in 2007 because it saves so much time doing sew-ins, and it also avoids, a lot of the wefts from shedding. When you cut it, the wefts do shed more. So unless you have like a weft seal, then it's just better to overlap. And if you can do it and manage it to keep it flat at the top of the hair also, then I would recommend to definitely overlap. So now you can see that I've overlapped it all the way to the top, and I'm still going from side to side, and I'm just filling in. And this was just actually 2 bundles of hair. You can check out my links and the 10% discount code. This is straight hair also. And I'm doing the same process, really easy. Going underneath the braid and sometimes over the top, like in a diagonal position to secure it. And sometimes through it, depending on how I feel. If I feel like it's kind of loose or over time it will, you'll see me do this, like go through both. Once you get to the top, you should start to see it look like this. Like I'm basically closing in the top, and you see how neat the wefts are. I've gone from top to bottom, and it's much easier to just do it like that. And if your hair is too thin, like you want to fill it in, you can actually do it like this and then overlap and go on top to make it fuller if you've run out of space. And so now I'm just curling her hair. She just wanted to have loose curls. Later, she's going to put edge control on her edges when she gets home, because I literally had just gotten into town from Dallas. I literally flew in to St. Louis, and I didn't have much of my stuff with me that I normally use. So yeah, she's going to have that part covered. And she just wanted loose curls, barrel curls. And if you guys want to see my technique on how to get like nice, super bomb, bouncy curls, you can check out the video I'll link in the description box for my previous video, where I did an entire full head sew-in, and I also curled it. And so this is the final, not final look, but this is a look for the hair. I always curl the hair first, and then I do the leave out separately, and then I blend it. But these are just the loose layer curls. These are two 14-inch bundles, and it looks layered because 14-inch on top of 14-inch is kind of like layered anyway. And her hair is not too much in her face. She kind of wanted it like, side part, like semi in her face. Now, if she curls it a certain way, she can definitely swoop it like a deep swoop, but some people don't like that. So that's why I just gave it the way that I laid her braids was, the main factor. So I'm just straightening her leave out, and I think that she does have 4C hair. I'm not sure. You can comment below what you think this is. But I normally would just, go ahead and spray the heat protecting spray and do the comb chase method, because this is the best technique for getting straight hair. And if you want to see me straighten my natural hair, you can check my video out on my channel. And I do use argan oil serum sometimes also as like a sheen. And this is basically the final look. She does need to get her ends trimmed, so that's why it kind of looks like her ends are a little raggedy, which they are, just being honest there. And I tried my best to straighten it with the straightener that I had in town, but I'm going to just do a little bit more blending and curling it. But this is just a view, and excuse my mom's computer, this is actually her like little lab station back here. But you can see it definitely is blending much better. And for those of you who are avoiding heat on your hair, I would recommend you to get a frontal or either a lace closure, at least a lace closure. Also, please excuse my mom's cackling in the background. She's cackling at The Young and the Restless. She's watching her stories all the way in the front room. So I've trimmed her ends just a little bit, because I'm not a professional and I don't like to do natural hair like that at all. So I just trimmed it a little bit just to get it to blend, because I know that she's going to go ahead and get hers trimmed professionally. But that does help, with blending your leave out when your ends are trimmed and your hair is healthy. And likewise, always take care of your hair underneath, and especially your leave out. I would recommend to wrap your hair or use like heatless rollers or flexi rods when maintaining your sew-in, because you don't want to burn or damage your leave out, because trust me, I've looked like Tweety Bird for years because of that. So lace closures are my best friend. And this is basically it on me curling and styling her hair. And I'm just kind of swooping the front out. And this is the final look. This is my model, my little cousin. Comment below if you like the sew-in, and thumbs up this video. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in my next video. And happy Thanksgiving!
I fell asleep beneath the flowers for a couple of hours on a beautiful day.